let's look at how to make a box plot by hand if you don't have a computer handy. So let's start off here with just some numbers. You can pretend that this is temperature data or whatever the numbers are. And then I went ahead and made the 5-number summary for these numbers. Some are pretty easy, like the max and min. For the rest of them, I used Excel's quartile.exe function for Q3 and Q2, but you'll probably get something similar if you redid these numbers. So a box plot uses the 1.5 IQR rule to identify outliers. So we need to figure out, are there any outliers in our data set? To do that, we are going to first calculate the IQR as Q3 minus Q1. So when we calculate that, this minus this gives us 14.2. And then outlier fences are based on the 1.5 IQR rule. So the lower limit is going to be Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR. So we'll just take Q1, oops, I just realized this has been labeled Q2 the whole time. That should have been a 1. There we go. So do the math here. Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR gives you 16.1. And for the upper bound, we will do Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR. And when we do that, we will get 72.9. Okay, so now we have everything we need to make our box plot in terms of the numbers calculated. We need to still figure out which of these are outliers. So look at all the numbers below this. Are there any below 16.1? And you can see yes, there's an 8.1, so I'll mark that with a star. 12.5, also a star. So these would be considered outliers on our box plot. 29.3 is not. When we look at high outliers, we say, are there any numbers bigger than 72.9? No, the max was 58.2, so no high outliers. So then we have to go make our plot. So we'll draw an axis. Now we could draw the axis vertically or horizontally. I'm going to do this one horizontally. It looks like I have a little more room on the page. Okay, we got the axis set up, so now I'm not going to be as precise drawing the rest of this, but we will just make our box plot here. So what we had was Q1 was 37.4, so we'll go approximately to 37.4, which if this is 35, this would be 37.5. And there's no rule for how large or small to draw this, so I'll just do a poor job of drawing a vertical line there. Q3 is at 51.6, so 55, 52.5, about halfway in between those. And since I made the other one real dark, let's do that one too. And that will flesh out our box. We split it at the median. The median was 42.5, so about right here. There we go. That is our box. Now we mark the outliers that we have here, 8.5 and 12.5 with stars. So 8.5 should be down this way, maybe right here, somewhere in here, and 12.5 can be right here. So we've got those two outliers. Now, the whisker does not go all the way to the fence of 16.1, it just goes to the next number of 29.3. So 29.3 is almost right at 30, so we just make the fence go like this. And then the upper end, there were no outliers, so we just go all the way up to 58.2, which is right here. So this, let's label non-outlier, and these two outliers. And then here, also max is not an outlier. And then suppose you want to title this, we can call it numbers. That was a pointless little addition there, but why not have some fun with it? And then we can put a nice title on here like Boxplot of some stuff. And there you go. That's how to make a box plot by hand.